Hi guys, it's I think Thursday morning. It's a little chilly.
But they're going to see us on Saturday.
They're going to see us on Saturday, okay. It's a little chilly this morning, but I want to do, instead of doing where I'm making something, I'm going to do something on one of my country music sign memories. It's a senior moment, but I'm slowly getting my collection of country music signs. I'm slowly getting them up on the wall of my Dave's Den. This is my new room, and it's only new because it's the latest one that we've built out here. But this is a collection of country music stars signs that I made and had autographed to me when I would make a sign for them. Then I would make two signs and I would leave a space on mine so they would autograph it for me. And so each one of these is, as I wander through these in my mind, every one of them has a particular memory for me. Some of them I've gone over before and you've seen them. Some of them you haven't. I've still got a lot to add to this, but each one of these is really particular. They're all autographed to me from this particular country music star, and every one of them has a memory different from each one. And what I'll talk about today is Johnny Rodriguez, great country singer. He's had multiple hits. Really a nice guy. He said he signed this and he said, "Dave, thanks for the beautiful plaque. Enjoyed meeting you. Johnny Rodriguez, 79." So it was 1979 that I met him. But the main memory on this, when I met Johnny Rodriguez, I met him at a fair in California. And I think it was down in Tulare at the Tulare County Fair. He was performing there. And I made it backstage. I called Nashville to find out who his manager was, his road manager, found out who he was. I got in contact with him and I told him who I was and what I had, and I had something for Johnny. So he invited me back. And Johnny did his show. I was backstage. Johnny did his show, finished up his show. And then his manager, his road manager, called him over and told him who I was. And he said, "Well, let's get the hell out of here." And it turned out that he had a limo waiting. And he said, "Let's go." So the road manager and Johnny and two guys in his band, I forgot who they were, and me, we all jumped in the back of this limo. And the reason we had to get out of there was like 500 or 750 young girls waiting there to mob Johnny Rodriguez. He was
pretty popular.
He was so popular with the girls that he was a young, good-looking guy, and boy, there was a gang of girls out there that wanted to get their hands on him, and he wasn't going to stick around and let them rip his clothes off. So we got in the car and hot rodded it across the fairground and got over to the parking lot, and the driver pulled over, and then the road manager introduced me to him, and he signed the sign, and he was such a super nice guy. But that's a memory that I have of that particular sign, is we ran and jumped in that limo so that we could get away from that gang of girls. It's a tough life. So, and I told him that. I said, "Man, you really got a tough life when you got to be running away from beautiful women all the time." So anyway, that's the memory that I have for the Johnny Rodriguez sign. But I've got this whole wall, and I've got other areas on the wall. I've got a lot of signs yet to get out of the packages and put up. And like Johnny's sign and Faith O'Hara and Tammy Wynette, I didn't paint those letters white at the time. I wish I had, but I didn't. But I've got the time now, so I will, over a period of time, I will have all of these. I've got the paint pens that I use, and I'll have all of these letters painted, so the letters will all be white on all these signs. So
I know someone is asking what kind of wood this is.
this is all redwood.
Yeah.
I used in these days. I used what they call 5/4 redwood, which was pretty thick. Most of them is 5/4. Some of it's 3/4, but most of it is the full 1-inch thick redwood.
But I think the reason that you might not be able to find redwood that looks quite like this these days is this is probably old growth.
Yeah, this is all old growth redwood. We used to buy it by the truckload, literally. I'd buy a semi-truckload of it at a time. We spent, back in those days, it was a couple $1,000 for a truckload of redwood. Now it would be something like $20,000.
Probably, yeah.
Because it's old growth redwood is 10 times more expensive now than it used to be.
And this has all got varathane on it, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's all varathane finished, and I wish I had been a little bit more attentive to them over the years and took a little bit better care of them, but I had them packaged. A couple of times when I moved, I had them packaged, and what you can see on the corner here, what happened was, I guess the mice got into them, because I had them in boxes, and the mice got into them to make nests in there, and they chewed the corner off. I guess they like the taste of varathane.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my memory for today, folks. And that's my senior moment for this time. We'll see you next time.